What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, I want to preface this video by saying two things. Number one, I know that there are going to be all sorts of comments on the comment section of this video. The She-Hulk character, Tatiana Maslany, as an actress, Disney's whole MO with what they produced during Marvel Phase 4 and Phase 5, it's got so much connotation already. When you add the matter at hand and what this report from Deadline is talking about, again, it is what it is. I thought about not making this video all day. That being said, we are going to do what we normally do for a lot of different reports like this and go straight off the re-reporting from Deadline. Under the headline, Marvel's She-Hulk, Star and Others, issue called to cancel or boycott Disney+, Hulu, and ESPN. And I am going to draw the very real conclusion on the assumption that we might not be seeing She-Hulk again, that we probably won't be on the back of this, which warrants a video. We're breaking it all down. Yes, legitimately, She-Hulk just told people to cancel Disney+, and you can see why that's a problem. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. If you're into that kind of thing, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That automatically enters you for the giveaways. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So again, this article covering the subject of, yes, She-Hulk telling people to cancel Disney+, broke in Deadline this afternoon, and it went on to say, quote, "In the aftermath of the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live by Disney-owned ABC, She-Hulk herself is speaking out. Tatiana Maslany, star of Marvel's She-Hulk Attorney at Law, which aired on Disney+, is urging people to cancel their subscriptions to Disney services." Maslany posted an image to her Instagram story of herself in motion capture for the costume of She-Hulk, acknowledging her connection to Disney with the text above that read, "Cancel your at Disney+, at Hulu, at ESPN subscriptions," and they included a screenshot in the article, which we'll show you here. Now look, as I briefly mentioned during the beginning of this article, we try to keep things straight line academic when re-reporting on a myriad of subjects, especially when we sort of veer outside of the MCU to the going-ons of the actors and the drama behind the scenes, although some cases it's pertinent. There's a lot you can take away. I know that a lot of you in the comments are going to feel different kinds of ways. What I am going to focus on during this video, because I feel like in a world where everything is so misconstrued and so taken out of context and turned into total absolute nonsense on social media, it is not too much to assume, I think in this case, that we will not be seeing She-Hulk again in the MCU. There were some rumors that she was going to be part of Avengers Doomsday, and if you remember from what was supposed to be the original concept art that leaked out for Avengers Secret Wars, although quick side note, the Russos have said that is not their concept art, we saw both Hulk and Scar alongside a version of She-Hulk in what looked like might be the Hulk part of Battleworld or maybe in Latveria. It was sort of hard to tell, but in a world that's not always so black and white, or in this case, should I say green and black, or green and white, or just green and flesh tone, I don't know. In a world that usually that's not how it goes, you can definitely assume now that you can't really be on Disney Plus promoting your own Disney Plus series if and when you're telling people to cancel your Disney Plus subscription. And the fact that she doubled down by showing her in She-Hulk mocap is just more to the point of her like trying to use the fact that she was on Disney as sort of platforming herself to say that she can be the one to tell you to cancel Disney in an apparent boycott again of their removal of Jimmy Kimmel. Here's my honest impression of this. I don't care. I know a lot of people were really upset with the way that they did She-Hulk, a lot of the projects during Phase 4 and Phase 5. There were so many problems with that show, including the absolute terrible CGI. Famously, 2 different CGI houses had to work on this and right up until the last minute. One of the CGI houses did a lot of her CGI at night, which I don't think she looks as bad, but the CGI during the sunlight and especially in the offices, but even some of the shots of her in her own apartment, they just look absolutely terrible. And the writing on this show, like a lot of the writing in early Phase 4, it was indefensible. And you guys know, I love this stuff. I'm the biggest stan, the biggest Marvel fan ever, even in cases where I really tried to get hype for series, but man, we were in such a long line of stinkers between this and Secret Invasion. The writing on these shows was not good. The CGI on this show in particular was not good. And while I know some people out there, corners of the internet, the messaging, the agenda, all that, I don't even care if the show is so poorly written that you don't want to watch it. If it's not a good good show. It's just not a good show, and I don't think sometimes it's more complicated than that. And look, if you liked She-Hulk, if you enjoyed it, that's cool. We can all like different things. Some of my favorite Marvel projects are really off the beaten path for your normal top 10 list. I've got Iron Man 2 slowly, steadily climbing the ranks as my most rewatched Marvel movie, if you believe it or not. There's probably some reasons for that because I'm me and I've seen them all so many times, but still, you don't have to fall in line with everybody. You definitely don't have to have people tell you what to like and what not to like. I certainly don't live that way. You guys who are familiar with me at the channel know that I'm not always just super positive for the sake of it, but She-Hulk wasn't good. Anyway, the whole point of this is to say, we have heard so many times that a lot of these worst Disney Plus shows weren't going to get a second season, number one, and that even from Kevin Feige real recently, we weren't going to see some of these characters ever again. Now, we took that to mean some of the lesser, quicker cameos for characters, maybe like your Eros, or I never thought he meant Clea. Charlize Theron's just too big an actor, and obviously we're going to wrap up Doctor Strange's storyline. We're going to pick up with him at some point with Clea, but my point being, I don't really think anybody, myself included, when he said we won't see some of these Phase 4 and Phase 5 characters again, thought he meant She-Hulk, but maybe he did. My big takeaway from this is I would have to assume, and I think rather safely, that she certainly can't be under contract with Disney or Hulu right now, because you definitely wouldn't be out there posting this of your employer. And I think a lot of people have made that important distinction in the last week or so that, listen, free speech covers a lot of things, and God bless, it should. But when it comes to your employer and certain companies, there's also a limit to how that free speech works. Either way, if you were in the camp that thought that you didn't want to see She-Hulk again in the MCU, yeah, I don't think it's too much of a jump at all in a world where everything is blown out of proportion to say this has got to mean that she certainly isn't working with them right now and maybe doesn't plan to in the future, especially if she's telling everyone on her social media to literally cancel their subscription to Disney Plus, where her She-Hulk show is. But by that same token, if she's not under contract with them right now, if they're not a current employer, then she technically wouldn't need to be fired. And we've already seen, especially in the case of Marvel Studios, that they have fired people and brought them back, like James Gunn. So it's not impossible. So if she's not officially getting fired in the first place because she's simply not under contract, and while it may, add tension to any future negotiations, that could be, if she was up for another role, they may decide not to go with her because she decided to make this post, but it doesn't mean anything's off the table in the future. People have done all sorts of things against companies in Hollywood and returned to work with them, and you guys know how this stuff goes. Still, and at least for right now, if we thought we were seeing her in Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, I think we can comfortably rule that out. Let me know all your thoughts down below. I know you guys will, and I probably will stay out of the comment section on this one, but still go ahead and do it. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment down below to be entered for our PS5 giveaway. The next one is next week for Marvel Zombies. We will do a watch party for that. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. Find me with original music on all other platforms under the name AllFires. Thanks for checking out the channel. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.